Hi. Dolores and Noel had been writing since the last tour, the Something Else tour, and they had quite a lot of demo tapes put together with really good takes of Dolores' vocals as well. So they were really we were quite lucky actually and blessed to have such a high standard of demos to be able to go into the studio to finish the album off. So so basically after a few weeks after Dolores passed away, we sat down and we listened through all the demo tapes and everything, and talked to Dolores' family and asked them would they mind if we could to get their blessing to see could we finish the album off. So they were delighted that we were doing that. So we contacted Stephen Street, and he was on board straight away when he heard the quality of the stuff as well. So so we went into the studio at the start of April 2017. And 2018, and we went in there for 4 weeks. But the first week we were there, we weren't sure what way it would go because the emotions were quite high after Dolores passing away. So, but after about the 5th day, we realised that we had something really special there in the music.
It was very, very difficult. The first day especially was so hard. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to do it because it was overwhelming. But then I suppose we thought about it and said, look, we have a job to do. We need to make sure we are professional about this and finish the work that Dolores has started and do it to the best of our ability. So I think we really focused and concentrated on our performance and trying to get the best out of the songs. And it was kind of afterwards when we had finished in the evening time, that's when the sadness kind of hit more, because normally Dolores would put on a guide vocal in the morning and then she'd go and let us work away with Stephen, and then she'd come back in the evening time and do her vocal performance, but she never arrived back, so that was very hard. But we had to just be professional and try and do the job and try and almost put our emotions to the side a little bit and not think about it and just focus on our work. And it was afterwards then is when it really hit us.
No, it's you can't really replace Dolores. She had such a unique voice. She had. We never even thought about that. Never even came to our mind. We just said we go in and we do the album, and obviously like we can't do a live tour for it, so we're just out here to promote it as much as possible. But it would feel very strange having a different vocalist up on stage trying to recreate that type of sound as well as impossible.
How you gonna manage that?
We have a video finished actually for All Over Now, which is the single, and it was something we discussed about maybe getting actors in to play parts, and then someone suggested maybe an animation video, so we went with the animation. So that's finished now. It should be out very soon. There was a clip of it actually online. And for a second video, we're still thinking about that. We've spoken to some people we've worked with before, and hopefully they would work on that with us. It'd be fantastic. But it is a difficult thing. It's like the cover. How do we approach the cover? We can't put an old photograph on because it's new music. So we spoke to our art director, Callie, who had worked with us on the first 3 albums and also our last album. And he suggested maybe using kids to represent us when we were younger, but also for the next generation of musicians. So, because Dolores had been in a very good place the past year or two. She had gone through a lot of hardship with her divorce and everything like that, and she had mental health problems which she was working on, and she was in a more positive place and she was looking forward to the future. She had bought a house just outside Limerick and she was going to spend more time in Ireland. Just the weekend before she passed away, she was buying furniture for the house, and she was very optimistic about the future. And even the songs on the album are, some of them are quite upbeat and up-tempo, which I think people would be surprised about, but I think that reflects on her state of mind, that she was, kind of putting the past behind her, and there's some dark songs which, she has on the album as well, and then the more optimistic ones, so it's a mix of emotions.